How do our four-legged friends see the world? Dogs are amazing creatures that have been our loyal companions for centuries, but they don't quite see things like you do. Matter of fact, they see the world around them uniquely, very different from how humans do. In this video, we'll show you how dogs and your four-legged friends see the world and what makes their vision unique. But first, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss our upcoming videos. Studies have shown that dogs have a higher sensitivity to certain types of vision more than humans do. For example, dogs are better at detecting motion contrast, the difference in brightness between a moving object and its stationary background. This is likely because their visual system is better adapted to detecting movement in the environment, which is important for hunting prey. Dogs, like many other animals, have different contrast sensitivities than humans, which can affect how they see the world around them. And by contrast, I mean how they detect the differences in brightness between an object and its background. Contrast sensitivity is an essential aspect of vision for animals because it allows them to see details in their environment, which can help with things like hunting or navigating. To understand how contrast sensitivity works in dogs, you first need to understand how vision generally works in dogs and humans. For a start, the eye comprises several parts, including the cornea, the iris, and the retina. The retina is part of the eye that contains photoreceptor cells responsible for detecting light and sending signals to the brain. Now, there are two types of photoreceptor cells in humans and other animals like dogs: rods and cones. Rods are more sensitive to light and are responsible for detecting motion and low levels of light, while cones are responsible for detecting color and higher light levels. Dogs are known to have fewer cones than humans, which makes them have poorer color vision. So instead, they rely on their rods, which are better at detecting movement and light in low-light conditions. This means that dogs are better at detecting objects in dimly lit environments than humans are. Additionally, their large number of rods gives them better night vision. In terms of static contrast, which is the difference in brightness between an object and its background when both are stationary, dogs are also more sensitive than humans to certain types of contrast. For example, with the fewer cones they have, dogs are better at detecting differences between shades of yellow and blue, while humans are better at detecting contrast between shades of green and red. So how does this contrast sensitivity work? Color vision. Dogs don't see the world the same way humans do because they have different visual perceptions. While humans have color vision with a range of hues, dogs have a limited color perception that makes them see the world in shades of blue and yellow from the end of the spectrum. This difference in color perception is due to the number of cone cells in the retina responsible for color vision. Humans have 3 types of cone cells that allow them to see a wide range of colors, while dogs only have 2 types of cone cells, making them see the world with a more limited color palette. Night vision. Another interesting aspect of a dog's vision is its ability to see better in the dark. Dogs also have more rod cells in their retina, which helps them detect movement and light, meaning they are better at detecting motion in low-light conditions. The ability to see in the dark is because their eyes have a particular layer called the TAPETUM lucidum, which reflects light through the retina, giving them better night vision than humans, and this explains why you'll always see your dog's eyes shining in the dark. Motion detection. Interestingly, dogs don't just have unique color perception and better night vision. Their adapted eyes that detect movement give them depth perception, which is particularly useful for hunting and chasing prey. For example, they have a wider field of vision than humans, allowing them to see more of their surroundings without turning their heads. This is because their eyes are positioned more toward the sides of their heads, giving them a panoramic view. Depth perception. Your canine friend has a more limited binocular vision than humans, which allows them to see in 3D and calculate distances accurately. But this also means they rely more on their sense of smell to navigate and perceive distances. That's why dogs might sometimes miss objects when they jump, or always seem confused when introduced to new things or surroundings. As a result, dogs can detect the movement of small prey, such as rodents or insects, from a distance and can accurately track their movements. Flicker fusion. Flicker fusion is the ability of an animal's visual system to see a steady image even when presented with rapidly flickering stimuli, such as a television or a computer screen. With the use of flicker fusion to see the world around them, dogs can see moving things faster than humans do. With flicker fusion, dogs have the ability to help humans during hunting, making them great working animals in fields like search and rescue, tracking, and herding. Depth of field. First, let's define what depth of field means. In photography, depth of field refers to the area of a photo that appears sharp and in focus. It's determined by several factors, including the size of the opening of the camera's lens, the distance between the subject and the camera, and the lens's focal length. Dogs' depth field works differently than it does for humans. They have eyes positioned more to the sides of their heads, giving them a wider field of vision, but also causing differences in how they perceive depth. For example, dogs have a narrower field of sharp focus than humans. This means that when a dog is looking at an object closely, only a tiny portion of that object will appear in direction, while the rest will be blurred. This can be especially noticeable when a dog looks at something close to its face, like a toy or an enemy. However, dogs have evolved to compensate for their limited depth of field by relying more on other visual cues, such as motion and parallax. When a dog moves its head or body, it can get a better sense of depth and distance of objects in its environment. Dogs also use their sense of smell and hearing to supplement their visual perception. Since dogs are of different breeds, they may have slightly different visual abilities, including differences in their depth of field. For example, dogs with flatter faces, like pugs and bulldogs, may have a tough time seeing objects that are far away or at ground level due to the shape of their eyes. Dogs rely heavily on their vision to navigate the world around them, so they need clear vision. Despite being able to see the world in a unique way, our four-legged friends, like humans, sometimes suffer limitations in their sight due to various eye problems that can lead to blurry vision. When this blurry vision happens, it greatly affects how dogs see the world. So what causes blurry vision in dogs? Cataracts. This is one of the most common causes of blurry vision in dogs. Cataracts are cloudy areas that develop in the lens of the eye. They don't only affect humans, they can also cause the dog's imagination to become blurry or hazy. Cataracts occur due to a number of factors, including genetics, injury, and age. Glaucoma. Another possible cause of blurry vision in dogs is glaucoma. Glaucoma is a condition that occurs when there is too much pressure in the eye, which can damage the optic nerve and lead to vision loss. In the early stages, dogs with glaucoma may not show any symptoms, but as the condition progresses, it makes them experience blurry vision, eye pain, redness, and even blindness. Other eye conditions that can cause blurry vision in dogs include corneal ulcers, open sores on the eye's surface, and progressive retinal atrophy. Once a dog contracts any of these eye diseases, it will slowly eat up the retina and cause it to deteriorate over time. In addition to these eye conditions, certain diseases such as diabetes and hypothyroidism can also affect the dog's vision and cause it to become blurry. Dogs with diabetes, for example, may develop cataracts due to the disease, while dogs with hypothyroidism may experience dry eye syndrome, which can cause blurred vision and eye irritation. Your furry friend should be able to see the world as they were designed to. If you notice your dog's vision becoming blurry, you must take them to the vet for a thorough examination. Your vet will then diagnose the underlying cause of the problem and provide treatment options that can help improve your dog's vision and overall health.